All right, all right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're just doing a little makeup tutorial today, something really simple. We're not going to focus today on a full face. But before we really get into this really good here, thank you for joining me, JoJo at JoJo Styles. You know, be sure to share and like this page. If you got any questions, of course, you can certainly drop them in the comment section and subscribe. So today we're just going to do just a quick tutorial on eyebrows. So what I like to do is I started off with Estee Lauder's concealer. They do not sell this particular concealer any longer. This is for full coverage, but it's double wear in 5 deep, the color. And it is a really thick consistency concealer, and it does cover really well. But like I mentioned, they don't carry this particular one anymore. So before I did any liner or anything on my brow pencil, I just fully put that over my over my eyelid, and buffed it out with this Morphe brush right here. And it's really very good concealing, buffing type of brush. I really enjoy using this brush here. So basically I put on the concealer, buffed out the concealer with this Morphe brush. Now the concealer is rich in consistency, and so it will crease, but I'm not worrying about the creasing portion of it just yet because I have not put on any eyeshadows, okay? So I'm just still doing my eyebrows for the most part. So what I'm also doing with my brows is going in with Anastasia Dip Brow and Pomade. The color is dark brown, Anastasia, dark brown. And so what I'm doing with this here is I just outline the bottom of this brow, my right brow, with this angled brush. Okay? Angled brush with my Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown. Now, I love this particular brow product because a lot of times when I use this product, people think I have on tattooed eyebrows. But, of course, as you see, I do not have tattooed eyebrows. But just going in underneath my natural brow bone and the natural shape of my brow. Of course, I did enhance it, however, on the end here, because I actually arch my eyebrows with a straight razor, and I like to take and make my definition really profound toward the middle, toward the end of the brow. But that's just a preference of mine. You don't have to do that if that's not what you like to do. But once again, I'm just taking a little bit of product on the brush here, and I'm just carving out the shape of my eyebrow, okay? And you can always use your bone structure as well as a guide, okay, when it comes to shaping your eyebrow the way that you want it. And sometimes for me, when I do the concealer first underneath the brow without any pencil on the brow, that'll help you also define your eyebrow shape and to see, you know, any definition that you would want to add to your eyebrows. So once I've done that, I'm done filling it in for the most part. But even in the midst of it, I grab me a spoolie and I take it and I brush this dip brow into the brows a little more. Now let's say if you have too much product on your eyebrows, grab your spoolie and brush the product in and remove some of the product as well. It'll help it look a lot more flawless. Okay? Yeah, this product is thick in its consistency, but it's really good. And a little bit goes a long way. So if you're one of the type of ladies that, you know, don't have a lot of time possibly when it comes to doing your eyebrows, then I would suggest probably staying with the pencil. But of course, if you want to, you know, step your game up a little bit, and do a little bit more than you typically do, then I certainly would encourage you to try a Dip Brow pomade. So now I'm just taking the extra product that's already on the brush and just running it through the front portion of my eyebrow. Okay? So it doesn't be so harsh in the beginning. You want it to be lighter. At least I do. That's my preference. So I like it to be lighter and then get a little heavier toward the end. And one way also to diffuse that is once again with your spoolie. You know, if you have too much product on the front part of your brow or it's too heavy, just grab your spoolie and brush the opposite way to kind of fade it out like I'm doing here. And there you are. And then also what I'm going to do is on top of my eyebrow as well, I'm going to define it even the more, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to still use my same concealer here and outline the top part of my eyebrow, okay? And a lot of people think, did you use a stencil? No, I don't use a stencil. It's freehand. So once again, same product for the concealer. This time I have a very flat brush, thin and flat brush for the top portion of my eyebrow. And of course, to each his own how you shape and define your brow. So once again, let me just share this with you. In the event you are using a pomade or even a pencil or even a powder for your brows, okay? If you do too much and or your lines are not smooth and precisioned, don't worry about it. And I'll say that because you're going to clean it up when you go in with your concealer anyway. And the concealer is going to help you define the shape that you desire. So basically what I'm saying, if you go in and do your brow with your pencil pomade and you just draw a shape or whatever, and it's not to your liking, a lot of times it can be rather difficult to totally get a straight line. And maybe you have a gifted hand that it's not a problem for you. But in the event you needing some assistance, don't worry about, oh, this is too thick or my line isn't smooth. Because when you go in with your concealer, it's like an eraser. You're going to erase any crooked lines and make them smooth and plain with your concealer. Okay? So basically, that's what I've done. And then from there, you just tweak it to your preference. Okay? Tweak it to your preference. Now remember, your eyebrows are not twins. Your eyebrows are more or less sisters, okay? Because they were never meant to be the exact same, okay? So with that being said, you have the extra product on your brow, on your face rather, and you just buff and blend that product upwards. You can continue to use your same tool, or you can use a beauty blender or a different brush. But I like to kind of pluck and tweak that extra product upwards because it is rather heavier on toward the brow. Like that, okay? And you're going to buff that in. And that's, of course, you're not going to see all of that when it comes to putting your foundation on anyway. Because your foundation is going to cover that. But nonetheless, you have an eyebrow, okay? In 10 minutes, if not more, maybe less. But I'm doing a lot of talking here, so it doesn't take 10 minutes to do one eyebrow for me. However, I do start off with my eyebrows. So just a quick tutorial of how I do my eyebrows. And there we are. Eyebrow. All right, so once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my page so that you can learn some more tips. I'm sure I have a different style than some of the other ladies, the other makeup artists that you may see and follow. But I like to talk through my videos to explain what it is that I'm doing. So I hope it's something that you will, be understanding of how to do your eyebrow. Maybe a tip or two that I may have shared will help you. But if not, if you have any questions, certainly drop your questions and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and do a demonstration if needed. So once again, eyebrow, eyebrow. And we'll follow up next with the rest of my face, doing the other eyebrow, and we'll just do step by step for this whole face today. Okay? All right. And I'll get back with you guys in just a moment. So don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.